Right. Thank you, everyone. My name is Tristan Johnson. I'm here with Jack Keenan and Aiden Higgins. And today we have Nick Kakabeeke of Kalamazoo, Michigan, owner of the BJ Sports, and always director of the Bandits and Bulls lacrosse programs. Today we just got a few questions for Nick as we go through an interview. So, Nick, start us off. Why don't you just talk to us about your work background, kind of how you got into, owning multiple businesses in sports, BJ Sports, and then how that kind of developed into like the lacrosse club scene.
We got into lacrosse probably about 20 years ago. It's pretty much newer to the Michigan area. Obviously, it's huge out east, and it was trickling to the Midwest. We were just a complete hockey store at that time. Needed something else to subsidize us during the summer and spring months, so we branched into selling lacrosse equipment. And with the advantage of that, we started doing camps, obviously to prosper the sale of product in the store. Excuse me, and it kind of blew up from there. Uh, Luckily, at that time, we had a couple key components. There was a club team at Western, and we had a couple guys that were really involved into it. So, with me having no prior experience in playing lacrosse, you kind of surround yourself with guys that can. Um, I found two or three guys that were playing club lacrosse at that time at Western, and we started branching off doing camps. And as we grew with the camps in the local community, we decided that we needed to take it to another level and start the travel programs and continue from there.
Awesome. And then now you even branch into hosting lacrosse tournaments now. I know you're owner of Fresh Coast Tournaments. Will you talk a little bit about that aspect of things?
Yeah, well, we were heading to tournaments and stuff like that, going all over the area, and it kind of got to the point where you network yourself with a bunch of other club directors, um, and seeing the amount of kids they have there at the tournaments, the amount of teams. We started looking for facilities to actually do it ourselves to keep our families home, so they didn't have to go on a ride on the road, subsidize their hotels and food costs over the weekend. Some of these families easily spend $1,000 to $1,500 on a weekend, depending on where we go between food, housing, and everything like that. And we started branching off. I networked with all the other programs that we were very familiar with, and we started bringing them in for tournaments. And the big thing is just making sure that tournaments ran on time, the people there having fun. You're creating a kind of like a festival or a family experience for them, so that we get repeat customers off it, and it slowly just grew. Fortunately, knock on wood, we did it the right way. We got surrounded with the right people to help us out. Kind
Awesome.
of like teamwork aspect, man. It's the same thing. I mean, it's like you're playing on a team. You got to have a good team behind you for a business too.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. So, where did your inspiration initially come from to pursue a career in sports?
Just like you guys, man. I mean, sports is everything. While we're younger, you want to be involved in stuff like that. And with my, background in starting businesses and stuff like that, it kind of branched out from there. I mean, the last thing I wanted to do was sit at a desk all day or swing a hammer or pull line. Kind of wanted to do my own thing. The other aspect of it is I'm kind of a type A personality, so I really didn't want to have a boss. So at that point, you got to have leadership qualities and go from there and follow your dream, man. It's just like trying to get to the next level in sports. You got to put in the work.
Right. So you would say the inspiration from youth and kind of leadership, that's what helped you build your BJ Sports enterprise almost?
Yeah, I mean, end of the day is, man, if you can see a kid smile, parents smile, enjoy themselves, um, there's a lot of gratification from that. Helping these kids live out their dreams or help a kid that hasn't succeeded at another sport. He comes into one of the sports that we offer and they gravitate to it. That's great. When we started moving kids on to college, that was another like a push kick to the adrenaline rush of moving kids on, seeing that you actually are an impact in their life. role model, impact in their life, and networking with the families. You become good with them on the field, and it's going to prosper our retail business too. It's kind of all wrapped up in one. I'll be honest with you. A lot of it's about relationships and how you deal with families, how you deal with coaches. Um, it's relationships.
Absolutely. And then Nick, you touched on it briefly before, but how the Midwest really was lacking, especially with lacrosse early on, especially when you started this 20 years ago. But just talk to us about the establishment of first the Bulls program and then transitioning into the Bandits travel program, and then how that's kind of like been a challenge to grow the sport in Kalamazoo early on, and then how that's transitioned now where you're seeing trouble just retaining kids.
Well, the Bulls program was originally started to get kids active in lacrosse. At first, we started out K through 8, um, and now we're down to K through 6, just because of not it's not competitiveness. Actually, it's a good problem to have because we started out K through 8 because some of the schools had programs, the local schools, and as we grew the program and grew the kids, we kind of it's bad for business to compete against the other schools out there, but it's also rewarding to see that now we have probably 8 schools elementary wide that have programs now. So that's good to see the numbers growing there. And then it's kind of been a gentle agreement between all the other schools around here at the youth level that we run K through 4. We set the foundations and then we graduate off to them. Knock on wood, a lot of those youth coaches for the middle schools and high schools actually work for us during the travel season. So it's been kind of a happy medium off of that. As the youth program grew around the Southwest Michigan, we say, the talent started spurring up. We created a travel program probably 18 years ago with it was called BJ Elite. At that time, the elite word is a little bit overused these days. So we kind of dropped it for a year, and then we came back with the Bandits program and started at the younger level and built our way up from there. We didn't want to put a non-compete, or not a very competitive team on the field. At that time, at the high school level, we just had pretty much development practices to get them where they at. And then slowly, it's just networked from there in the Midwest or Southwest Michigan. It's just grown. We've all kind of worked together. I'm a big proponent of work with guys, don't work against them. So like even all of our competitors, I'm close with. We don't try to compete head to head like that. We kind of share as we can because there's enough out there. And if you're lacking your numbers, you got to go back to the basics, man. You got to go down to the younger ones. Sometimes you got to, you can't let your ego get in the way. I've made that mistake before, and you got to work around it and take a few hits and progress from there. But slowly in Michigan, down in Indiana, stuff like that, it's really grown.
Absolutely, Nick. Thank you. We're short on time. We only have 10 minutes. I'm sure we could sit here and talk to you, ask questions all day. But I'd like to give you a thanks, obviously, for being a key part of growing the game in Kalamazoo. And obviously, lacrosse has been a huge part of my life. Gave me the opportunity to go out here, chase my dreams, play lacrosse at a high level, and get a great education. And thank you for agreeing to meet with us in this interview. It's been absolutely great. Um, yeah, Jack Higgs, you got anything else?
No, it was an absolute pleasure to talk to you, Mr. Kakabeeke.
Yep.
Yeah, no
Thank you.
problem, man. Any other questions? Let me know. I'm happy to help.
Sounds
Awesome.
good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See you, Nick.
See ya, man. Take care.
Yep.